The rain drizzled lightly over the glass windows of the towering office building, as executives bustled through the marble-floored lobby, clutching briefcases and coffee cups. On the 29th floor, in a sleek, modern waiting room just outside the CEO's office, sat a group of sharply dressed candidates, each exuding a mix of confidence and desperation. Their eyes occasionally darted toward the mahogany door as they rehearsed their pitches and smoothed their resumes. Suddenly, the elevator dinged, and all heads turned. A tiny figure stepped out no taller than a desk, her shoes soaked and mismatched. She clutched a battered lunchbox in one hand and a plastic folder in the other. Her rain-drenched pink jacket had a missing button, and her braids were slightly uneven. But her eyes, those big, innocent brown eyes, carried something no adult in that room possessed. She stepped forward, walking straight toward the receptionist. I'm here for the interview, she said, standing on her tiptoes to see over the desk. The receptionist blinked. Sweetheart, are you lost? The girl shook her head. No, ma'am, my name's Ellie Carson. My mommy was supposed to be here today, but she's real sick. And I came instead. The room went silent. One man let out a soft chuckle, quickly stifled when the receptionist gave him a sharp look. The others watched, unsure whether to pity the girl or call security. Sweetie, this is a job interview for executives, the receptionist said gently. This isn't really something a little girl can do. Ellie's lip quivered for a moment, but she stood straighter. My mommy's been practicing for weeks. She wrote everything in here, she said, holding up the plastic folder. She's really smart and kind, and she made all the charts and numbers. But this morning she was so sick she couldn't stand up. She started crying. She said, all I wanted was a chance, so I told her I'd come for her. Just then, the door to the CEO's office creaked open. Everyone turned. He wasn't what most expected. No tuxedo, no watch that cost more than a car, just a simple black turtleneck and jeans, and a gaze that could slice steel. This was Donovan Reeds, billionaire founder of Reed's Tech, and one of the most feared names in business. But what caught everyone off guard was the soft wrinkle that appeared on his forehead. As he studied the girl, he stepped out. What's going on here? The receptionist hesitated, then explained, gesturing to Ellie. The girl turned and looked him square in the eyes. Mr. Reeds, I'm sorry if I'm being a bother, but my mommy really needs this job, and I thought, maybe if I tell you what she told me, you'd understand. For a long moment, the man said nothing. Then he pointed to his office. Come in. Murmurs filled the room behind her as Ellie followed him into the enormous glass-walled office. With its city skyline view, the door shut behind them. Donovan gestured to a chair. Sit. Ellie perched at the edge of the seat, clutching her folder like a lifeline. He leaned forward. Tell me about your mom. She's the best person I know, Ellie began, voice trembling but determined. Her name's Claire Carson. She used to work at this company before. Years ago, then Daddy died and she had to take care of me. She didn't want help from anyone, so she studied at night, online, and learned everything again. She made business plans and studied finances and even coded a little. Donovan raised an eyebrow. She taught herself coding. Ellie nodded eagerly. She said it was like puzzles, just longer ones. She wanted to work at a place where people made real things, things that changed lives, like you. He leaned back, intrigued despite himself. Go on. She practiced this pitch for weeks. Said it would help your company grow in places you didn't even think of. And she made this presentation, Ellie said, opening the folder and pulling out color-coded charts, bar graphs, and hand-drawn notes. The billionaire took the pages silently, eyes scanning them. They weren't perfect, but they were passionate, filled with insights, handwritten corrections, and real effort. And then, at the bottom of one slide, he noticed a scribbled sentence. No matter how small you feel, one voice can change a room. He looked at the girl. Did she say that? She said it when I told her I was scared, Ellie said softly. He paused. Then, do you know what she was going to say for the pitch? Ellie nodded. Sort of. I helped her practice. She pretended I was you. A tiny smile ghosted across his lips. Then let's hear it. Ellie stood, a bit wobbly at first, then raised her chin and began speaking. She said, Reed's Tech is really smart. You all build amazing things. But in the smaller towns like ours, no one knows what you do. She said if you focus more on education and partnerships with local schools, and hired people to be community tech teachers, People would love your company even more, she called. It asterisk tech roots, Donovan finished, recalling the folder title. Asterisk yeah, Ellie beamed. She said if people trust you, they buy from you, and if they learn from you, they stay with you forever, asterisk by the time she finished. Donovan Reeds was staring at her not as a child, but as a vessel of someone else's courage. Someone who had poured her hopes and soul into a dream and in her absence had trusted her daughter to carry the torch. Asterisk, do you know how many people told me I was crazy when I started this company? He asked softly. Asterisk, Ellie shook her head. Asterisk, everyone, they laughed, said I was too young, too poor, too different. I pitched to 50 investors before someone finally believed in me. Asterisk, he stood, then walked around the desk and knelt beside her. Asterisk, you just did something most adults couldn't do, he said. You stood in front of a stranger, swallowed your fear, and told the truth. That's what leaders do. Asterisk, Ellie's eyes widened. So, does that mean mommy gets the job? Asterisk, he smiled. It means I want to meet her, and if she's half as brave as you, I'd be lucky to have her. Asterisk, tears welled up in Ellie's eyes. She'll be so happy. Asterisk, he pulled out his phone. Let's get your mom on a video call, and let's have some soup sent to your house. What's her favorite? Asterisk, Ellie grinned. Tomato, but with grilled cheese. Asterisk, outside the office, the waiting candidates had already begun to shuffle out, some shaken, some quietly inspired. News would soon spread. A little girl walked into Reedstack and melted the stone heart of its CEO. Asterisk, but inside that glass-walled office, a different kind of magic was happening. Asterisk, Donovan Reeds dialed a number, and Claire Carson's weak but startled voice answered. Asterisk, Ms. Carson. He said, your daughter just gave me one of the best pitches I've ever heard. I think we need to talk about your future here. Asterisk, a long silence, then a soft sob on the other end. Oh my God. Asterisk, Ellie clapped her hands and giggled. Asterisk, 3 weeks later, Claire Carson walked through those same glass doors not as a desperate mother, but as the new director of community tech initiatives at Reedstack, and right beside her, in a brand new matching pink coat, was Ellie, holding her hand and beaming with pride. Asterisk, they say the greatest interviews aren't about resumes or suits. Asterisk, sometimes they begin with rain-soaked shoes and a heart full of hope. Asterisk, and sometimes the smallest voice in the room speaks the loudest truth. Asterisk.